Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a quick update about what's going on around the house. Behind here, we got our stovetop installed. Almost. Let me show you what's going on with that. So underneath, you can see the junction box and this metallic cable thing. And I was going to hook it up, and I thought I had the right clamp, but I don't. So I don't have the right clamp to hold this to the box. So that's on order. It's coming soon, but that was a delay. I don't know why I thought it was bigger. I thought it took a 3/4 inch clamp, but that's not right. So that slowed me down. Otherwise, I'd be cooking on our new stovetop already. So it's kind of annoying to have a delay. I could hook it up temporarily, but I figure I'll rather be safe than sorry and just do it right the first time. And then I said, okay, I can't hook up the stovetop. So I thought to myself, I'm going to hook up the range hood. It goes right here. You guys remember we cut this hole for our range hood. We had it all planned out already, and I was ready to get it installed, get it out of the living room. I was sick of it being in the way. Craziness. You guys know that this kitchen renovation has been a struggle for us, but what happened was I took it out of the box. It was looking beautiful. I flipped it over to look inside the bottom of the range hood, and you guys wouldn't believe it, but the whole motor, the whole blower assembly inside the hood was split in half. The plastic was just destroyed. The whole thing was loose. I've never seen that before. I have no idea how it happened. The whole unit, the metal, looked beautiful, but the plastic was a very fragile, flexible, cheap plastic, the blower assembly. That was a huge disappointment because we already were ready for it. I already had it, and we've had it for probably a couple months now, just waiting for this renovation that we keep having delay after delay after delay. So after getting it all unpacked and realizing it was broken, I couldn't use it. I had to pack it back up, and it disappointed me so much in the quality of the materials that they used on that product that I didn't want to just buy a replacement. So I didn't buy a replacement. I did order another hood. It's a totally different brand. This time I'm getting one that's not as high. It's not as high end, I guess. I kind of bought a cheaper one this time because I'm just sick of taking risks, and we want to get this hooked up. I found one that I liked. It was a little less cubic feet per minute, air movement. It was a little less expensive, but it's going to work, and it's going to be good enough to get this thing started for now. Unfortunately, that means that hole is not going to be right. We're going to be going a whole different route. So that's going to be a whole nother fix for another day. Again, more delays. I can't believe the range hood was smashed. I think what happened was the motor is heavy, but they have it housed in this cheap plastic housing, and probably just the weight of the motor. Maybe the box dropped somewhere, I have no idea, but the weight of the motor probably just split the plastic bouncing around, because imagine this heavy unit housed in cheap thin plastic held on with just 4 screws so that all that weight is kind of suspended. That's my guess. We also got our sink test fitted. I was getting excited to see how our sink was going to look in here, and it looks so awesome. But when I was unpacking the hardware to hook it up, these are the clamps that are supposed to hold the sink to the counter. One problem is I have no idea what this part is. I don't know why that's sticking up, but it's in the way, and it's really hard to move. I can bend it out of the way if I'm willing to hurt my fingers. You can see it's very stiff, but I don't even understand what that's there for. So no instructions on that. But the other problem, and the main problem, because I can bend that out of the way, is that it's too short. It looks like these are made for shallower countertops. It almost makes sense because most countertops are only like 3/4 inches thick, maybe 1 inch thick if you're doing a granite. The plastic solid surface are only like 1/2 inch thick, and laminate countertops are 3/4. They're all kind of faked out to look like they're 1.5 inches, but they're all pretty thin. Whereas our butcher blocks are a pure, true 1.5 inch thick. So these will not work. So again, more delays. I wasn't able to get the sink installed It's a little early for that anyway because the oil's still drying, but you know, I'm at least happy that I opened up the hardware to check it out, got the sink test fitted. So what I did was, went online, searched and searched, and I finally found some clips that I hope will work that are designed for countertops up to 1.75 inches. They're a different style. I don't know if they're gonna work with the sink, but I tried it. I bought a couple of packs of those clips. Hopefully they'll come soon and we'll have an answer for that. But if not, I'll have to keep looking. So more delays. So I guess the good thing is that I'm unpacking everything and looking at it and getting an idea of what I'll need. This is something that we usually do and should have done already, is look everything over beforehand, before you'll need it, so that you'll know what you'll need when you get to it. Because look at all the problems we're running into. Clips that won't work on the countertop. The stove range hood was smashed and I don't even know if I can return it now. I'm gonna try though, I'm gonna try to return it. You know, I don't have the right clamp for the oven cord. Man, so many things that you don't think about. You think you're prepared and you're just not prepared. What are you working on, Belle?
My diamond painting.
You're almost done.
Yep.
It looks really awesome.
Very shiny.
Was that a fun project?
Yeah.
Look, Mommy.
What happened?
I don't know. Ouch.
So Belle, any art updates? Any new drawings?
Yep, I've made some more dragon drawings.
Yeah, tell me about them.
See?
I've made an underwater dragon. And I've also made a desert dragon. Have you showed that one yet?
I'm not sure.
There's also a forest dragon too. That might be it.
Wasn't there two that were dark green?
See,
What was the last one you did?
Forest dragon?
What was the one before that?
I don't know, swamp dragon?
Look, so for me, this is a this about is a little key.
Yeah. Any updates?
No, don't even.
So even though we've run into a lot of delays inside the house, we can get some work done outside, so that's what we're doing today. So I guess we're gonna leave you with this little project. So we'll see. So this section of the house is kind of tricky because we have the electrical stuff there. We didn't want to mess with it right now. I know it really needs to be kind of fixed and redone. I would like it to be, but right now it's not the time. So I was trying to find a way to kind of work with this area and make it at least nice again, because you can see the siding was pretty lousy. So what we did was we pulled the siding out from behind the electrical stuff, pulled out the bad insulation, put in some better insulation, tried to fix it up the best we could. And then I cut a bunch of wood to put horizontal bracing in, just 2x4s. I pocket hold those in, just seems like a good way to hold them. And what we're gonna try to do is just put some tongue and groove boards vertical right here, going across to about 4 feet, just for that section. That's gonna be a little different than the rest of the siding, but we thought it was a good choice for that area. And the reason I chose tongue and groove boards is because if I had a 4x8 sheet of OSB, for example, I wouldn't be able to get it in around where the metal, the wires go into the house, in different locations. But by doing tongue and groove boards, I can line it up in a way that I can just notch out a couple of boards and fit them together around the pipes. I just think this is going to come out good, so I'm going to get working on it and hopefully get it done tonight. Drill the hole between the two boards. I hope I'm going to be able to get it in. I didn't think about this.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this hole bigger. It's going to be a pain, but I think I made it too small. Good? Well, I think we will. We just gotta work at it.
There we go.
Now we're getting it.
And how are we supposed to do this one?
I don't know. We're taking them as they come. Oh, that was an easy one for a change. There's like a gasket, kind of like this butyl type tape. It's a sticky, kind of almost like plumber's putty, butyl tape, I think. Behind here, it's a little cold out, so I think it's just stiff. So it's not flattening out as good as I'd like it to, but that's okay. I think when the sun hits this and warms up, I'll just come back and finish tighten up the screws to get it nice and flat. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to crack the plastic trying to push down this hard stuff. This is going to be our outlet box. So that's all in. Well guys, the project is done for today. The sun's going down. So before it gets too dark, I just wanted to show you, we finally got this wall patched up. I got my outdoor outlet installed. Breaker box cleaned up. All I gotta do is fill these holes. I'm probably gonna actually epoxy them or just put a bunch of silicone in there. And then strap these wires down neatly so they look nice and neat. I'll do that another day. But at least we don't have insulation hanging out and this section of the house is done. This is going to be different than the rest of the siding, but we just thought it was best to do this place, this area like this, because working around the electrical box is pretty tricky. And I think it came out awesome. Looks so good. And I'll try to give you guys a daytime shot at some point. We definitely got to touch up some paint. But that looks so much better. Just like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Another update from our home renovation, our life out here. And yeah, we should have another video coming soon. So until next time, take care. Now I know I have to show you, or somebody will say something. I did put the cover on there, so it's all safe, all sealed up. And this box is kind of cool. You can see it's really deep, so that you can plug like a cord in, an extension cord, and have it come out one of these holes and keep that closed. Really neat. But yep, safe and finished.